Hello, what's up guys? This is Jouni Juurila here again from Floorball Made Simple, and we are back with another video that focuses on how to improve as an individual in this sport. You might be in this sport as a player or you might be in this sport as a coach, but no matter what your role is, the improvement and development in this sport goes in a very similar fashion, and it has the same principles how to do it. It might sound a bit difficult, but let me assure you, if this was rocket science, there would be very few people doing it, right? There is so many good coaches and so many good players that are working hard, they are doing the right things and they are improving in a very fast speed, but there are certain things that if you do those correctly, your improvement will be even faster, and that's what we're going to dive in today. And here comes my take on the development cycle. This is important to know at the beginning, that there needs to be certain parts that you're doing and preparing for the improvement in order you to be in the right track. So everything begins, in my opinion, from the vision. You need to have something to aim for and something that is high enough that it is pushing you and driving you forward. After you have made the vision, you need to analyze your current situation. So just saying that I'm going to end up in the national team, that is not enough. I need to analyze realistically that where am I at this moment? What is my distance to that vision at the moment? Then I will have to make a concrete action plan and plan on how to improve in this sport. And those are the concrete steps that you know in advance you need to make. And then the most important part, which is the action, that you do actually those concrete small actions, and by doing so you will improve. And the vision might change a little bit during your career, but it should remain almost the same if you want to achieve good things in this sport. And then when you are progressing season after season, you are starting those three things again. So you will always analyze where you ended up to be, then you will make a new plan, new action, then analyze, plan, action, blah blah blah, and so on. We're gonna look this thing more precisely a little later on, but if you need to remember something from this video or take at least one thing to your everyday actions, take this, and this is making the next step. Many people are focusing on those very long term plans that they have, and they are trying to achieve too much and look too way further into the future, and the actual now, what is happening now, and what do I need to improve and work on now, that might get a little distracted. So focus on the next step. If you can make the next step and improve in that, you have better possibilities of performing well later on. Then to the factors that influence what you become. That might sound like a fancy sentence, but these are, in my experience and my knowledge and through my studies and how I have investigated sports and interpreted it, these are the key factors. There are 9 of those. You most certainly do not have to do these all today and at the same time, but if you are hitting all of these and you can tick all of these boxes, I can tell you that you are in a very good situation. If you can now tick only 2 or 3 of those boxes, if you are able to next year or year after that tick even more of those boxes, like 5 or 6 in the next season, I promise you, you will be a better athlete and a better player. But those factors, as you know, the first one is have something to aim for. So that is the vision. Second one, prioritize the importance of the sport to you. How important that sport is to you on your own scale of values. Third, we have the assessment of the current situation. In the fourth place, we have to the part of making a plan to improve by. At the fifth position, we have to taking the next step, which I mentioned that is the most important one. Then at the sixth place, we have the ability to max out on your capabilities today. Seventh is athlete's lifestyle. Eight is finding idols and mentors around you. And 9 is enjoying the moments and enjoying the ride. Then to the vision, something to aim for, what that could consist of. Those parts are a dream as an athlete, what do you want to become, long-term goals, and the driver that keeps you going. So you need to figure out by yourself first, what is your dream in this sport? If the sport is floorball, you can have perhaps a dream of playing in Sweden or Finland or Czech Republic one day, or you can dream of being a coach in a national team. Whatever your dream is, you need to define the dream that you know what you're aiming for. And the dream should be high enough that even though you wouldn't make exactly to the level that you were desiring, you still end up in a very good situation. So if you have numbers from 1 to 10, aim for 10 or 9 rather than 6. If you aim for a 6 and you fail, you get to a 4, right? So aiming for a 10 and failing on that and getting to a scale of 8 to 7, that's a very good situation. So high goals is a really good thing. You need to think about who do you want to become. Very philosophical thought, but you need to figure out of what kind of player you want to become. What actions do you want to take in the field? What is your player profile? And what do you want to be astonishingly good at one moment? And that is the long-term goal. And those can be the drivers that keep you going and coming consistently to the training sessions with a high spirit. The importance of the sport, that is a really crucial thing, and this might sound a little harsh to somebody, but if you think about all of the important things and values in your life, you can have, of course, we all have family, we all have our home, we have health, we have probably a fiance or something, we have pets, we have work, we have studies, whatever you have in your family or in your life. You need to be able to figure out on what importance level does your sport go in that scale. If it ends up into the top tier rank of 3, you will most likely have a very good internal motivation and inner motivation in that matter. So if you say your vision is to be a national team player or play in the best leagues in the world, but there seems to be that your dishwasher is more important than floorball, or if you're harsh to say, but if jogging in the nature is what you admire the most, or something like that. If there are many things that go over the sport, it is very hard to have the inner motivation that the top level competition has. So you need to define where do you scale, where does the sport go in that scale of yours. And if it creates enough importance and meaning to your life, playing in that sport, you will work hard enough and you will achieve your goals. And that is also a guaranteed thing. If it creates enough importance and meaning, you will end up with good results. Assessment of where you are at the moment. So this is the analyzing phase, and this is something that needs to be done in order for you to proceed forward into something. You need to know where do you stand at the moment, and this is something that you might need some help from people. So ask out from experienced people that how could they help you on assessing those. But if you can do it by yourself, very good, very good. Plenty of people have achieved so much by doing the analysis by themselves. But What is the current moment? What are your strengths as an athlete or as a player? What are your points to improve? So, in more harsh ways to say, those are the weaknesses. So, what are the things and abilities that are lacking at this moment that you need to better in order to become a better player? What might be obstacles for your improvement? For example, too harsh calendar and stiff schedules through studies or work, they can be those obstacles that are preventing you from hitting all the marks and finishing on your own vision, or ending up in a way that you desired. And then what factors are the possibilities that you have? So that means that what are those things in your life that most likely will push you forward in achieving your goals. And that might be, if you don't have that much work or that much studies, you have spare time that you can spend on sports and on to floorball if you only will. Or if you have the motivation and willingness to spend that spare time on improving, then you will have more time and possibilities to achieve your goals. The next part is making a plan, and this might also be a one phase where you might need some help from more experienced people, but if you can make it by yourself, that is a good thing. The plan can be a 1 or a 2 year action plan, what you are attempting to achieve in that time, in 1 year or 2 years. If you want to be in a national team, probably that 1 or 2 year hard work isn't enough for it. So you need plenty of these periods of 1 to 2 years to be able to achieve what you want. But start from those, and then slice those into 3 month development chapters. So those are the process goals that you can create, and those are the ones that are the most easiest to achieve. So it is important for you not to get too consumed by the improvement or development or get any pressure from it. It is important to have these process goals of 3 months where you decide a one small concrete action or an ability in the field to focus on, and keep on hitting that one small mark rather than missing out on 7 small goals, right? So aim for a one concrete action to focus on that 3 month development chapter and nail it 100%, and then proceed to the next one. And right after that 3 month development chapter is ending, assess how the chosen action improved during the chapter. After all the planning and analyzing, then starts the most crucial part, which is the next step. So this is the actual improvement, and there it actually happens. The first thing on that is to be there. Be on time, be there frequently, and be the guy that comes in first and leaves at the last, because, well, that is not always the way how the best players in different sports have been formed, but there are plenty of hugely good players that have stated in the many interviews that they have been the first one in and the last one out. Have you ever heard Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or somebody like that tell that, yeah, I barely made it on time, and then I was leaving before anybody? So be there and do the work. Be consistent. So that means that you need to be consistent and be there to appear in the training sessions as many times as possible during, for example, that 1 year of a time. So if you do 2 weeks of very good training and then decide, I've done enough, I'm taking a holiday, I don't need to be there, then you will most likely not achieve your goals. Be consistent, and be consistent in the quality as well, because the high quality training that you demand, the high quality from yourself, that is also one key thing on that. And the time spent on floorball matters, or which sport it is. How much time you spend on training, imagining about visioning situations, preparing yourself, improving yourself, that is a very, very good competitive edge to you as a player or as a coach, if you are willing to improve. This is also one of the most important things for me personally as a coach, to see that players, they max out today in the training session. If we have a long time towards our games, we have plenty of opportunities to train really hard and get the max out of everybody in the training session. And I really admire those guys that come to the training session and their effort is maximum. They give the most out of their best capabilities in the field, even though they might have a bad day. And they might not be technically or observing the game in the best possible manner, but they are still giving the best effort and they are giving the best of their capabilities that they can pull out today. And that is a really important factor. Give the most out of your capabilities that you had in store for today. And the times between the games is a crucial part. So even though the games are the part that everybody of us loves, still the work is done in between the games. So focus on the training week, that you can pull out your max on those, and your routine quality will start to increase through time. Somebody might be looking at, oh no, not this stuff again, but this is a really important factor if you want to be able to achieve those highest of possible goals. If your goal is a little lower, you want to do this just as a hobby, and it doesn't matter to you how far you go in this, well then these are not so crucial factors, to be honest. But if you want to achieve very high goals, you need to be able to nail all of these things very well. So eating, having enough nutrition, very important for your body to recover, etc. I'm not going to talk about that in this video for that long of time. You need to drink water enough, then you need to sleep enough. That is for people today, or people living in a modern world, it is a quite a challenge, to be honest. So you need to be able to spend as least as time with the screens, because if you spend too much time looking at screens during your day, it is hard for you to have good night's sleep, and then you will not be able to recover properly. So recovery, even though that you are doing hard work and you are putting all your best efforts in the training sessions, if you don't recover, it's not that beneficial. So recovery, you work hard, then you recover, work hard again, recover. That's how it goes. And the everyday rhythm that you have, you should have a consistent rhythm, that you wake up approximately at the same time, go to sleep approximately at the same time. Not that your daily rhythm isn't bouncing all over the place. If it is bouncing, it is very hard for your body to recover and you to be the best version of yourself. And don't neglect the low intensity training, because the low intensity training is also a very good tool for you to be able to recover better. We all have important people in our lives that we listen, but it is important to find in your own sport, if it is floorball, it is important to find some idols to look up to and some mentors that you can help and listen. So finding idols, for example, if you are a player, you can find idols from very top players. So first you need to have some sort of accessibility to watch and follow high level floorball games. If you are only looking at the games, that are happening in your own circle right now, in your own environment, you will most likely end up to be like the people in the environment. If your goal is to be somewhere higher, so you need to be able to watch carefully and be curious of what the idols are doing. There are plenty of good idols you can watch if you are a player. Justus Kainulainen, Ville Lastikka, Albin Sjögren, and very good players all over the world. So pick out few idols and watch what they're doing and try to copy some of their actions. If you see some skills in their skill set or some choices that they are making that look like that they could fit to your own tool bank or your own bag of tricks, try to mimic those and make them your own version. Because in the end, you want to be the best version of yourself rather than the 7th or 8th best of that guy, right? So mimic what they do, idolize them, and then combine to your own bag of tricks. And then find experienced people that have been there, that they have done the things that you desire, and listen carefully what they have to say and take as much influences as you can from those experienced wise people. And then hey, enjoy the ride. That is a really important thing, and get the best that you can from each moment. That might sound a bit corny, you know, some live, love, laugh, gratefulness, thankfulness kind of things, you know, that can be seen in social media. Actually, at the moment I have this I have this writing on my wall that says live, love, laugh, and I stare it for an hour a day, and I'm so happy. No, that was only kidding. No, but you need to be able to enjoy and relish each moment, because try to get the enjoyment and the joy out of each training session and game. If you are happy and content on what you're doing, you will most likely come back tomorrow, right? If you are unsatisfied and you feel like that you aren't doing enough, you probably will not end up in good results. So take the joy from the ride. Try to enjoy the high pressure situations. Take the good positive feelings and emotions from those high pressure moments. Take joy from your achievements. Celebrate a bit and take joy from the good things that you have done well, and then move forward. Go to the next thing that you can do even better. And in the end, hey, you are watching this video if you are still awake at this moment, and that we are all going to the practice and games because we freaking love this thing, right? And hey, that was it. That was it for today. If you like, go back to the long list with the 9 things. Watch it and see how many of those boxes you can tick at the moment. If the number is quite low, don't worry. Don't worry. Do things one at a time, and you will be able to tick more boxes a little later on. So have patience, enjoy the ride, and enjoy these videos as well. It is good if you enjoy these, and if you enjoy, click the like button, click the notification bell so you will see when new content appears, and tell about this channel to your friends. Subscribe to the channel. Good. That was it. Bye.